Is Ja Morant leaving Memphis? Here's what the sports junkie thinks. Let's dive in. My opinion, to me, I've always looked at Ja Morant as a lifelong Memphis Grizzly. Like, I don't see him going anywhere. He just bleeds those colors, and he's one of those guys you could see staying in one spot for a whole career because he is that aura, he is that team, he is Memphis. But now issues have come up that his effort is coming into question, which you could clearly see that in previous games. Like the way he's cutting to the hole, he's just at the end, he's lackluster and he's just not showing effort. Obviously, because he's having differences with the new head coach they appointed this year. I just kind of wonder if he was a Taylor Jenkins guy and didn't like that they let him go last year. So after that effortless, showing, the Memphis Grizzlies suspended him. And why I think they suspended him is just the way and the answers he was giving in the press conferences. But I can't really knock Ja for doing that because he's probably shell-shocked from the stuff that he went through, that even though he brought it on, but he knows the media is just looking for clickbait. They're just trying to get him to like say something messed up to the team or that they can call in question. So he was kind of like, well, did you ask the coaching staff that? They're asking him if he has his joy and everything like they did to Jimmy Butler before he was traded to the Golden State Warriors. And I'm totally with Ja on that. I know that's why he got suspended, at least in my head. But I know he's trying to deflect because he's not trying to have that bad outlook, but he's kind of subliminally showing that he is not too happy in Memphis right now. While they say teams in the league are monitoring this situation, I've seen stuff where they're like, oh, maybe Minnesota goes after him, pairs him up with Ant-Man. Maybe he goes to Miami. I was actually hearing that in the offseason. And when I say I was hearing that, everybody was hearing that. But I think there is one drawback that a lot of people aren't talking about, and they're just kind of looking, oh, maybe he's off to another team already, is that a lot of teams and the ones that make these decisions, make these trades, they're skeptical because of his previous off-the-court issues. And they don't know if by bringing Ja Morant in, if he's going to be focused or he's just going to revert to his old antics. No matter how you look at it, Ja Morant is a phenomenal player. He's explosive. I've never seen a little guy dunk as explosive as he has. And I say little guy, I mean by NBA standards. And he has been the face of the franchise in Memphis. You just kind of wonder if he's lukewarm to this franchise since they traded away his longtime counterpart in Desmond Bane to the Orlando Magic in the offseason. And maybe he is just not happy where the direction of this franchise is going. But already the Grizzlies GM has shut down trade rumors and everything. So it's looking like they want to keep him. But they got to find a middle ground because, Ja Morant will not just back down. And he is the star player. So he has a lot of leverage in this situation. And me as a Warriors fan, like we had tough outings against them all last year. So coming into the season, I was like, Grizzlies are going to be a tough out, no matter if they lost Desmond Bane. But now with this turmoil, it's just kind of like, where do they stand? Are they just going to timber all the way down to the bottom of the West, like not even in contention? They gotta, meaning the Grizzlies, have to wrap their heads around this quick, just step it up, get the morale back up, just hurry up and just get a serious meeting between the coach and Ja Morant to find a middle ground, because he could get them back up to me, at least the middle of the West standings. But they gotta have some kind of resolution, because as ending this out, my opinion and what I feel about this is that Ja Morant's going to stay with Memphis. I think the fact that he is who he is, he's a very incredible player. At one time, I was saying that he could possibly even be the face of the NBA, like for as far as future stars. But I think as far as who he is as a player and his upside, and the fact that other teams do not want to deal with possibly some turmoil they have to deal with him, or off the court stuff that he has not been involved in since those incidents, that they don't want to worry about that. So I feel like it's going to work out in Memphis's favor and he's going to stay there, which I think is good for him in the long run. He's got to stay in Memphis. He's the heart of Memphis. And I think that will be overall the better situation for him in the long run. But as always, drop a like, drop a comment, tell me what you think. Is Ja staying or leaving Memphis? And like always, subscribe to the channel. This is the Sports Junkie. And remember, opinions are not fact. So never be scared to voice your opinion. Until next time.